How you guys doing? This is Martin. You know me from my series. I'm going to change it to how to pay off your car loan in 41 months without getting paid, without giving up Starbucks or being cheap. Today I went to Manual Baptist and attended my first church service in a while. Felt like I gotta stop using that word, thought I was at a football game. We were under the canopies. That was a smart thing the church did, though. They put the canopies for the car, but they built the solar panels into them. That's a smart idea. And before that, I went to the park and I saw people with their dogs. I left my apartment, this place, I saw people with the dogs. There's people, why is it? Just keep your dogs at home. Or if you're in an apartment, my philosophy, you should not have a dog in an apartment. Your dog pissing and shitting. Well, I don't have a dog, so why should I have to look at your dog shit on the ground? Even if you pick it up, I'm still smell it. And I have the people at the park walking their dogs, dog pissing and shitting all over the place. People are just lost their mind. And I'm just reading about the COVID in San Bernardino. Our COVID's rising. You know why? What can you do when you got 8 or 9 people living in the house, man? You got the COVID house I tell you about. I see 6 cars in front of the house. I call it a COVID taboo house. No kids making out with the parents in one room and then after, love you, Dad. It's like, what you saying? Want Dad to come try him out or something? Mom to come try it out? And on top of it, you probably got a dog in the house, all the friends coming. So how can you, it'll never, will be in this restrictive thing at least until December, until everyone gets it. Until Biden just says, oh, the hell with it. We won the election and we don't care. And I have to I have to try to get this Supreme Court person pushed through. So, that's okay. All those regs are stupid. So, yeah, so it's good to get to church, see what's going on, get out the house, see people. Hey, this is the first time I could actually go to church and watch the NFL scores at the same time. Though watching my Dallas Cowboys lose, watching all these teams lose. Hey, maybe I need to go back to the old days of my grandmother. Maybe I need to find out after the fact, after we go to church for 4 or 5 hours, when I was at Heavenly Tabernacle, who won, who lost. So today, just talked about, yesterday I mentioned hit a little bit about gambling. Now I'm more certain than ever. If you're 50, 55-year-old, if you know how to play blackjack or you want to learn how to gamble, this is the time you're going to have to learn how to gamble. You're going to have to supplement your retirement fund now. Because what can you do with the 0% interest rate? Anything your pension fund, banks that your pension fund is putting money in, it's not making any money, it's actually losing money. So if you have $10,000 you've been putting into a year for your pension, basically you lost money this year. So where are you going to go next? Then they're going to try to put it into the stock market. And how many companies are actually growing? Only a few during this COVID environment are really exploding or doing well. So if you thought, hey, okay, I'm going to have an IRA or something where they buy the stock at 15 and you think when you retire, it's going to go to 30. You got to get it. Once you retire, you got to cash out now. There's no way you can leave that money in the bank hoping, oh, it's going to go up, it's going to go. So whatever it is whatever it is. That's why I say, hey, gambling will be the next big industry that grows. Watch. Because in the old days, like I told you, warehouses, only child molesters and drug dealers, tattoos, only people that were criminal getting out of jail. So nowadays, no one would dream of working at a $15 an hour warehouse. But now I have kids, look at the college, San Bernardino people who are doing their online training. Got to get the money somewhere. So now I'm going to get me a logistics and logistics manager. Hey, I teach you logistics management. See that box? Move that fucking thing. Move that box from there to there, or your logical ass will be at home sitting on there waiting on the EBT check. Oh, yes, sir. So that's how this new generation of kids are learning. Tattoos, fine. What else? Now, tattoo. I remember I tell you, only gangsters and criminals had tattoo. Now everybody have a tattoo. Anybody have a tattoo? Nothing. Now what's in now? Gambling. It's only starting. Sports gambling, but watch the banks, and how else are you going to get a return on a pension account unless you set it up as a gambling account where you have people put their money into an account. You say, hey, we're going to invest in people like me who are just going to go out and play blackjack, play poker. Hey, whatever returns they get on what we give them, that'll be, I said, for example, I'm going to go to Vegas, take $500 to Vegas and invest called my Blackjack Retirement Fund. I already put $500 in an account at the bank. If you put $500 in the bank for a year, you only get 1% interest. That's $5. So I'm going to go to Vegas and take $500 instead of waiting 12 months having my money in the bank. At the year, get $5 minus the $10 or $5 bank fee, which means my $500 will actually probably end up being $480, $489. Why don't I just go to Vegas for one weekend, 4, 5, 6 hours, take $500 to the downtown Grand Hotel, put my money on a parlay, play my regular bets, and see if I can't win $50. If I just win $50, that's 10 times more than I would win at the bank. I could go beg for $5. I was at the park today watching someone going through the bottles. The lady stopped in her car. Want some cans? Lady, you living in your car too. That guy probably has a house. You living with your kid and a dog in a car trying to big time somebody? Come on, lady. You need to keep that can for yourself. Pay for that gas. So you get $5 anywhere. So why? If I only won $50, that's 10 times more than I would win at a bank. I wouldn't get $50 return on that $500. It'd have to be in the bank for 10 years. That's why I try to tell you about how in the old days, if you could put 10% interest, 5% interest was powerful. You can learn the power of compound interest. You could take $1,000, say at 5%, take $1,000, get it at 5%, you will get $50 back. $5,000 at 5%. It's about $500 or $250. Or just say, hey, for example, let's take that $1,000 at 55%. You get $50 back in free cash at the end of the year. Even if it was a bank fee, you'll get $44 back. That $50 is almost a week's worth of gas. You did not have to work for it. And I just think of that previous generation when they put $10,000, $300,000, $300,000 at 10%. That's $30,000 a year. And that's somebody's salary. So you see the power of compound interest, how it works. Well, now you don't have that when you have banks charging 0% interest. What can you get? And there's no compounding. That's why you're going to see the rise of these gambling funds, because people have to put their money somewhere. For me, I'm doing the Powerball. I've won 2 out of 8. I won in August. I won in September. You can sign up for my $50 Powerball programs. Hey, just learn what I'm doing. Or you can sign up for my $300 Blackjack Retirement Fund. I'm going to keep raising my price, so it's not going to go down, because people are going to need somewhere to put their money. So if I bet $500 on my table, and I take someone else's $500, and I bet, and I win, say, $300, $400, $500, then that $500 will be what they have invested, plus the $300 will be the return on income. And that's what's going to go into an retirement, gambling account, and then they'll figure out how they want to pay it back. Do you want a dividend at the end of the year? Hey, I'll give you 1 or 2% return on your money so you can start getting it back. Or you just want to roll it over and try to cash it out. That's why I'm doing it now. You don't believe me? Watch. A year or two, going to be everywhere, because the businesses aren't going to bring that much money. You got, what, Disney laid off 28,000. I was talking to a person who worked at a city. He said he laid off 50, 60 people, not counting pay cuts. So it's a disaster. So not even a city, not even if you're a government worker, you're protected. I took a 10% pay cut, 2 furlough days. Had to quit a second job I thought I had because, I want you to work 3 days with full availability. What? Well, so what kind of scheduling are you going to do? I could just say, hey, Martin, go pick up that piece of trash from 8 to 5 p.m., you're only going to pay me for 8, but you want me available for 8 to 5. The bit is 5 to 7. You want me available for 8, but the company stays open 16 or 17. Hey, can we be more strategic, where we can have a person become an expert, become more consistent, and then if we want to, can switch the hours. And then on top of it, they send my final check with this stupid FedEx. Oh, we got to get it signed. We got to get it signed. So what that's saying is, you don't want to pay the money, no way, right? If you want me to stay at the Ham House to have FedEx signages, if you want me to get the check, just give me the check. So I look forward to having to deal with the IRS this year. I'm going to tell the state, say, hey, you call them up, man. I don't know what they're doing. But Today, if you're like in your 50s or 60s, you're going to have to turn to gambling. So that's why I had the Powerball retirement program and I had the Blackjack retirement program. Hey, for you, you may want to do roulette. You may want to do poker if you're if you're good at it. But you're going to have to take some extra money and reinvest it in these programs because there's no return on money. The stock market can't go up. There's really no interest. But the gambling money, where they used to take the money and take it underground, now it's going to come up because people want to say, hey, I have this great gambling fund. That's how I'm making money. Or I'm doing that. It's like I was saying with the weed. We had like a shooting because somebody went in and shot up a weed shop or something. Or I don't know. But hey, once things become legal and similar, those things become legal, some certain people who are underground lose their livelihood. So hey, why don't I bring that livelihood up, put it out for the public to see, and that's how you're going to make money. Because your retirement account, as soon as you retire, cash the account out. Might as well just cash it out. You know, if you have a house, try to sell the house. Because you got a generation making $15, $16 an hour. Because you have students who are at home doing online training. So Betty, the lunch lady, if she could get a hard loan, can't get a hard loan because she has no money. You have people who are actually in houses getting deferments and stuff, taking that money, throwing it to the back of the loan. Oh, keep the house forever. Okay, whatever, man. But if the house is not in a celebrity area or a high-income area, it's a liability. I was walking through these neighborhoods the other day. You know what a house in a nice neighborhood becomes? Unless people are making $1 million or $2 million, it becomes a ghetto. So don't buy into the house stuff anymore because there's nowhere on this planet I don't see anyone who would buy a house at full price anymore. Even where I am, they're heck 500, 600 for what? I don't know how it's working. I don't know how the house prices are staying high right now. So someone subscribe, comment, like, subscribe, comment, like. But today I want you to really consider, you're going to have to turn to gambling. Gambling number 1, sales number 2, invest in some type of business where you can get a return on your income. You're going to have to do something now. But especially if you're 50 or 60, cash out those accounts. Leave that money in the bank. You ride with me, Blackjack Retirement Fund, Powerball. Or we can expand. Hey, I'll start looking into roulette. Want me to look into poker for you? Baccarat. I can't help the slot machines. Franklin. Like that's from the Twilight Zone episode, if you know what I'm talking about. Or now it's a push button. But gambling is the way of the future. I just want you to think about it. Or just drive around and find out, hey, what are some people doing? Even home improvement stuff is going to start slowing down soon. I know I see because people don't know how to sell, so what do? They make their prices lower. But when they make their price lower, what they forget about is inflation. Things are still going to go up. The big boys going to get paid. Little boys, they're going to get stepped on. They're going to get run and manned over. But I don't want that to be you. Start looking into gambling. Start accepting, hey, in the old days, you actually gambled anyway. And when you put money into stocks and bonds, I did the bond thing for a while. What happened? Interest rates flipped. My bond yields went down. And the amount I got back each month, it got messed up. So you're already gambling. So now just do it. Now that gambling is the same as the tattoo, where that was only for the gangsters and the criminals, where working in a warehouse is for the child molesters, criminals, people who are on the run from the law, or terrorists looking for some way to buy materials. That's above board. Young people buying their Mercedes and their cool cars. Just go work in a warehouse. I was working in a warehouse 30 years ago. What you people in a warehouse do is nothing. Calvin and I, Pedavina Mold and I, we ran the lathe machine, the injection molding machine. That was the first generation CNC machine. We did soldering. I called people on the phone to pay bills. I went door to door knocking, sell springs. At the end of the day, I do what you do. Hey, Martin, move that 50-pound box over there, or put 50 pounds worth of stuff in there. Get ready for UPS to come. Or we have someone who already paid for the product up front. They gave us a check. Martin, help Calvin put the money in the truck, put the product in the truck, and he's going to run it to the person. At the end of the day, I do what I picker. I pick at the end of the day. You know what? We pick because we know we were getting paid. Some of you are still getting paid, but how long do you think you're going to be moving? Put your foot properly. Squat down, 52. Oh, squat down, squat down. Oh, and squat up. I guess it's going to react real quick. At least with Calvin and I, we had so much stuff to keep us busy. We didn't go into no refrigerators. I did that stuff before. I tried working in a liquor store. Brother man couldn't handle that, man. Need to go into the cooler and pack the beer. Squat that fucking place. Can we cut the heat on? So, if you're 56, this is really aimed to you, but it's really aimed for anyone, but especially if you're 50 or 60 or 40 and you're ready to retire and you think, I'm going to leave my money in the bank and let it grow, or leave it in a savings account or IRA to let it grow. And it's not going to happen, man. You're going to have to sell, you got to produce. Basically, you're going to have to produce till you die. Even if you're not working till you die, hopefully you have enough money where if you're not working, you have a little flexibility. If you get a pay cut or just your stock drops or whatever, yeah, buy yourself some time. But this generation behind you, I don't know what they're going to do. But for you, 40, 50, 60, or if you know how to have great sales skills or you found a good business that's growing, you can be an asset to your business. Do all you can to help them. So today is just a wake-up call that gambling is here to stay. Same as tattoos and people driving luxury cars, going to a warehouse. And then after that, going home, telling mom and dad, I'm a man. I'm a man, mom. I'm from my Mercedes. I'm working hard at that place, mom. I'll be lifting those 39-pound boxes. I know, son. Soon, after dad kicks you out, you get to live in that car too. But don't let that be you. 40, 50, 60-year-old, people with good sales skills. This is the time. Save that primary money to cover your bills. And after that, gambling. I'm saying gambling is the way. And the only way to be successful with gambling, for me, join the blackjack, because I know how to play blackjack. You can ride on the M train with the blackjack. I'll show you some ways. You can buy my programs. Come on board with me. Or you would go take a trip together. But gambling is here to stay, especially if you're 50 or 60 and you're retiring. I'm retiring. Say if I retire next year, take all your money out your accounts. Just take it out. Ain't no use of leaving it in. And it'll be no rebound. At least during Trump, you had to up the possibility of rebound. Now you know the Democrats gonna mess everything up, and the banks are just gonna foreclose on all the people who have the houses who are unpaid this time. They're gonna kick them all out because the Democrats, they know they can run roughshod over them. So you just have all these people who own property, they're going to lose the property. And what are they going to do? Throw some Section 8 guy, they become a slumlord person, and you'll have this crazy neighbor looking to you. So if you got a house also, get rid of that house now. So subscribe, comment, like, and let me know what you think, man. I'm getting ready for Grand Con's 10X challenge, learning some skills, going to the park, then finally get ready for a week. I can have a Sapporo beer. Let me know what you think. 50, 60, sell your assets, learn some sales skills, but gambling is here. Just join the channel, join the M train. Subscribe, comment, like, subscribe, comment, like. Let's get up to 200, 300 views. Let's get up to 200, 300 subscribers. Giving you guys $2,000 to $3,000 worth of information I paid for myself for you. So either you can listen to what I say, or you can think, or be like my neighbors, oh yeah, and then the person says, shut the hell up, or you'll get kicked out and send you back home. That's the difference between having fuck you money and bend over money.